What's going on, guys? Looks like the Raiders got their man. Uh, yeah, you can see this is a new building here and whatnot. I'm back in this old dorm. I mean, for those of you who've watched my videos for a long time, pretty much when I covered the Raiders' first draft, when Darius Hayward-Bay was drafted, it was this building, and moved back. But yes, the big news. Unless this video or the news is false, I will delete this video. But as of right now, it looks like it says the Raiders have hired Dennis Allen, the Broncos' defensive coordinator. And probably people have been wondering, how come I didn't make a coaching video? I didn't want to make a choice video yet because I figured if I made it who the Raiders could hire and talk about that, the Raiders could have hired the coach the next day and made the video pretty much irrelevant. Since these coaching hire things could happen any second. But yeah, personally, if I was choosing people, I wanted either the Saints offensive coordinator. I was interested in Dennis Allen. Those were pretty much my top two choices. Winston Moss was third, a distant third. The reason why is because when you go to a 3-4, it takes time, and Moss would have been put at a 3-4, but still a little too unproven just to promote a linebackers coach to a head coach just like that. A little bit unproven to me. I wasn't exactly all sold and impressed with that. But yes, Dennis Allen, the Broncos defensive coordinator, head coach. The big names, of course, I didn't want was that Marty Mornhinweg, I believe, was the Eagles' offensive coordinator. They just interviewed him. I think it's part of the Rooney Rule, so didn't have to worry there. But that was a name I would have been yelling. If we hired him, you would have seen me furious. So where do we go from here? Dennis Allen being hired. This will be interesting because he's Reggie McKenzie as the guy he wanted the whole time, and he's going to need to really just build the staff from ground up. You wonder what he's going to do with the roster, or what he's going to do to the team. I'm not so sure right now. Dennis Allen's going to have to bring whatever he does to the defense. He's going to a lot of that bend but don't break theory. That's what he did with the Saints, and in some ways it worked. The Saints were good at forcing the turnovers when needed. They were not exactly great statistically in yards, but the Saints were always able to get the turnovers they needed, and Dennis Allen does get some credit for the development of Von Miller and the emergence of him. The Broncos' defense did get better throughout the second half of the year. Everyone talks about Tebow winning throughout the second half and winning this and that. How did Tebow win those games? It was the Broncos' defense that kept them in the games. And the fact that the defense kept the Broncos alive, it gave Tebow the opportunity to win, and he pulled a lot of those fourth quarter comebacks that I think a lot of us already know about. But the defense got a lot better as time went on. It didn't happen immediately. It didn't happen in the first 6 weeks of the season. But once that game against Miami happened, boom, the defense was playing so much better. I know people are going to look back and think, oh, they got blown out by the Patriots. But no, this Broncos guy, I think the coordinator seemed pretty legit. I know people will give a lot of credit, of course, to John Fox for why they won, but the Broncos' defense was a big reason for why they won the division and why they were able to win games. Obviously, if you're a Broncos fan, you know that as well as I do. That's pretty much where it all comes from. So, where do you go from here? As I said, I'm still unsure. He's going to have to hire some staff. As a fan, I still wanted to have Hugh Jackson stay as head coach and have someone like Dennis Allen as the defensive coordinator, because, as we know, the Raiders' defense was a joke. That was pretty straight to the point. Horrible to watch. Whatever they were doing, zone, man, people were misutilized. Not sure what, but do you wonder, is Reggie McKenzie going to blow up this team as they trade a bunch of this defense for draft picks? Or are they going to? Because we can't build from the draft. It's already a proven point. We only have I think 2 picks right now. We'll probably get 2 more compensation picks as time goes on, but still, that's only at least 4 picks you're going to get. You're going to have to trade some of this talent. I don't know what he's going to do to this team, rebuild or not. But the Dennis Allen, I'm fine with it because it's not some of those other candidates who were very awful, like Marty Mornhinweg. I did not want that guy. So I'm not mad. I'm not happy, but I'm okay with this hire. It's just a wait and see. In trivial standpoint, this is the first time the Raiders have hired a defensive-minded coach since John Madden was the head coach in 1969. So it goes all the way back. McKenzie's got his man. He's got to prove it. And I think, give this guy 3 years. We'll see what he does from there on out. If it's a good or bad hire, we'll find out. But he's going to have to put up a staff together and we'll just have to judge them from there. See you guys later. Go Raiders, and let me know what you think of this hire.